Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you guys are all following the guidelines of staying home and maintaining a good healthy distance if you are outside from other people, washing your hands and just taking care of yourselves. I know it's a difficult time for everyone and I really do truly hope that we can get out of this soon and get back to our lives and try to recoup at least a little bit of what we have lost. Okay, moving on. So, recently, this woman, her name is Tara Reid. She used to be, what's the word? So she used to work for Joe Biden back in the day. I believe like in the 90s is from what I gathered from the story. And she claims that Joe Biden has sexually assaulted her. I've heard that her interview, she did a couple with the Health Rising, and I think Katie Helper is another one. I think she's the one that originally broke the story. So this woman goes into detail and she speaks about what happened, um, how she was not really taken seriously when she did try to report it. And then this is not the first time that she's came out about the story. She's came out and tried to tell the story before, but she was called a Russian asset and she was also doxxed. And so she ended up backing away from the story and feeling discouraged, as I'm sure everybody would understand as to why. I mean, if it's true and this woman was raped, now we can't say whether it's true or not true. However, Joe Biden does have several allegations. You have to remember this is not the first person to make allegations against Joe Biden. At least a dozen women have made either allegations of him touching him inappropriately or making remarks, and it was all bandaged away as he's just, a good old boy. He doesn't mean anything by it. He's just a very loving, touching guy. Anyways, back to the story for Tara Reid. When you listen to this woman speak about what happened, it's very disheartening. So even if she made an allegation, you might believe or not believe her story. And that's what investigations are for. To be able to investigate this presumptive nominee for the Democratic Party, if he's going to be in such a role and on his way to being president, he does need to be, looked at his record, and not just his political record, but his personal record if it comes with such accusations. And so I've heard the story on independent media. I've heard it on several podcasts here on YouTube. However, there's a big silence from the mainstream media. I have not seen the story on CNN, MSNBC, CBS, none. It's like this story is being buried. And this is the reason people do not trust the mainstream media. This is just another example of why they are so distrusted and people don't take them seriously. Because you guys don't like Trump, and you can like or hate Trump, I'm not here to tell you how to feel or what to do. But because the characters and the pundits on TV do not care for him and think that he's crude, not because of his policies, but because of his attitude, they think his attitude is bad. Anytime anybody comes up and makes an allegation, especially like the sexual assault allegations, they do a deep dive. They invite the women on, they talk in lengths about it, yada, yada, yada. However, with Joe Biden, because he's the darling of the media, they seem to enjoy burying very important facts. And I'm not really sure where the end game is, because you can go ahead and bury all these stories. You can try to mislead the people by not covering such big stories. It's a huge story. He's a candidate for president. And so if such an allegation came about him, you must cover it. You must cover it. Do your due diligence and be, an objective reporter. I'm not sure what the end game is back to that part because even if you're not covering it, when he goes up against Donald Trump and the debates are happening, it will be brought up. Everything the mainstream media has covered up about Joe Biden that they refuse to discuss, that they don't want to hear about, that they claim, oh, it's just you're being disrespectful, you're being mean, this is not how we do things here. Donald Trump will bring it up. And then what's going to happen? People are going to be shocked because they're not going to, would have already heard about these things, processed these things, thought about it, and made a decision. No, it's going to be coming all at once. All the different things that they buried. And there's a large list of things that they buried. Donald Trump is going to bring up. And the people are going to hear some people that a lot of people don't really pay attention to politics. They don't pay attention to what's going on with the candidates. They just vote for whoever the media tells them to vote for or whoever they feel like, oh, I know this person, I feel comfortable, so I'll vote for him without really doing any research. And so this stuff will come out during the debate, and bam, they're going to hear all this stuff, and they're going to be like, wow, really? So he's this, he's that? Because people don't, they go based on feelings. Let's just be honest. Most people do not really think about things and give people the benefit of the doubt. And it's very, politics are very partisan. So if you're a Democrat and something comes out about a Republican person, then you're more likely you're going to believe it. You're going to be talking about it. You're going to talk about how much this person is awful and you hate them. And if it's a Republican and something comes out about a Democrat, then they're going to believe everything that they hear and they're going to talk about how horrible they are and this and that and the other. People only want to be nonpartisan when it's affecting their party. People only want to be nonpartisan when it's affecting their party. If it's not affecting them, they have no problem of going all in and being extremely partisan. So anyways, I just want to bring this story to you guys. I want to hear about what you think about it. What do you think about the media covering this up? And what do you think ultimately this will do to Joe Biden once Donald Trump brings it up during the debates? Do you think it's going to affect people? Or do you think it's just we're highly too partisan to care that people will vote for somebody like Joe Biden, who everything they claim to hate about Trump, he embodies. Corruption, he embodies. Sexual allegations, he embodies. Being a deaf tone to the country and what's going on and people's rights. If you go back and look at speeches from Joe Biden from back in the day, he makes horrible references towards African Americans. He uses the N-word quite frequently. He wanted to cut Social Security. That is a fact. No matter what he says, the doctor video, it's not. It's been around even before anybody brought it up. He wanted to cut social programs. The 1994 crime bill was something that affected a large group of African American people in the United States. It was detrimental to them, to say the least. And so it just baffles me sometimes why these things are not discussed in the Democratic primary. So that way, when they come up during the general elections, it's not such a surprise that people are aware of it. Or are we too partisan to care anymore? Anyways, that's my take on it. Please do comment, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Thank you guys. Until the next time.